Hello there. I hope you're having a fantastic day, night, whatever this time is for you. For me, this is my second last day as a director of my center, which means that we are 2 days until Christmas. And it also means we are 2 days until the terrified process of really being a business owner kicks in. Now, I mentioned previously about a bit of the fear around going into this role and taking that leap into business ownership from the security of a full-time job. And that has been compounded even more so in the last uh, week or so, when it came time for us to do a business plan. Now, without realizing it, I have been conducting business plans of sorts with my role as a director, but it's not quite the same. So, as my role as a director, it was more focusing on the enrollments and everything like that. It's still having KPIs and hitting particular milestones and having a focus. And I've been able to, over the 6 years, figure out kind of what I need to recruit, attract in terms of new enrollments to make sure that we continually have a good flow on of children starting, leaving. And by about year three, probably not even year three, year two maybe, I figured out what I needed in terms of attracting toddlers into the service. Being only a 40-place centre, it's a fine dance between the enrollments and wages, etc. And so, back to this business plan. When it first got emailed to me, it had a brief outline of things on there with a lot of figures, a lot of numbers, dollar amounts, time frames. And to be honest, as soon as I opened it, I had a quick read, became terrified almost instantly, became overwhelmed instantly, and closed it off and threw my phone to the side. It was way too real for me, and as much as I'm excited about this transition, I'm also terrified, as I've said. But it's more so just of the unknown, and it's in the discomfort of this growth. And as we know, growth comes with discomfort, but it doesn't invalidate the discomfort during the process and how tricky it can be. So after I had this first moment of throwing the phone to the side and nope, not doing it, I crawled over on the bed and picked it up again and went, okay, let's have another look. And this time I read the first page, and it was still overwhelming, but not as much. It definitely lacked the initial punch that the first time looking at it did. And so by the third time I looked at it, I managed to read through the whole thing. And it is by no means a in-depth business plan. From what I understand, it's quite basic, which is fantastic. It's a great learning tool for me, and it enables me to be met where I'm at. And so it was my job to have a go at planning out the year in terms of financial milestones, running events, operating funnels, and that's a brand new thing I'm learning about is funnels. I think it might be easier if I just draw it. So, up.
Okay, the way I like to look at a funnel and imagine it is a little bit like this. I see a funnel very much like a campfire, where you've got the logs at the base, the campfire obviously coming out of it, and then smoke is what drifts from the top. And so within our funnel that we've got here, we can see that the widest point is on top. And so as the smoke from the fire goes out, it brings with it a sense of smell. Maybe you can see it, but ultimately what it's creating is awareness. And the more awareness that you can bring to your company, the more opportunities you have to create lasting change, to create the next part, engagement. Now, with engagement, people are starting to draw in closer. They're starting to come more towards the heart of what you're offering. And then at the heart, the fuel that keeps the funnel going is conversion. So ideally, what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to create these events that is like the smoke coming off the fire, which creates awareness of what IM education is. It draws people in. Then once they've been drawn in, then they start to take an interest in the heat that is coming from the fire. So they're starting to engage. The next step from there is then providing fuel to your business, to your company. And that's where the conversion comes in, that they've bought in, that they're fueling the future of IM education by applying more logs, by adding to the fire. This is how I see funnels. This process has allowed me to better understand how it all works in a way that makes sense for me.
And so for us, at the top of our funnel, the way that we provide value to customers, to educators, is through professional development events. So the Behavior Blueprint events, where we really help educators to understand behavior on a deeper level and also help them take away the emotional reactions to behaviors and instead look at it through a logical response. And so these professional developments will provide real life skills, they'll provide scenarios, but more importantly, they'll impact an educator's thought process, which ultimately will allow them to see behavior in a different light and see children in a different light. So we've got the behavioral blueprint events here. And then another aspect is creating one-day conference days. So this will be, let's say, a 9 till 3 type situation where the purpose is to empower educators, it's to inspire educators, it's to provide them with the opportunity to listen to stories, to understand more about behavior. And so with the professional development events and then with the one-day conference events, the purpose is to attract a large audience, to provide them value at a low or free cost. And from my understanding of this whole process of funnels is then when you can provide value to a customer, then they're more likely to want to engage with you more. And so these events are utilized to attract customers, but also to get the name of I Am Education out there, because at the moment we're still very small. And my goal, or one of our goals, is to impact educators globally. And the only way to do that is to be in front of people. So, like I said, this is my second last day as a director, and the journey to full-time entrepreneur is right around the corner. And business plans, funnels, they're a tricky thing, but I'm excited to learn more about them. And thank you for coming along with this journey with me. I am eager to continue to share the things that I'm learning to you. As I speak about them, it further cements them in my mind. And yeah, thank you for listening. Appreciate you, and have a fantastic day. Bye.